Leo, what's up? What I'm seeing in the pre-shuffle is what looks like you being in some situation where maybe you're having an issue with someone, or maybe you're trying to figure something out and you were like, I don't know what the best move really is for me to make, and it feels like you could have pushed through it, but it seems like actually the better move is to pull back. So this can be like, don't agitate it, or don't be like continuing to beef or argue with this person, or if you don't feel like totally cohesive on how you want to move forward, don't do it yet because you don't have that insight. There's something going on about putting a pause on something rather than agitating it further. And if this is just like you with you, it can be that you're looking at a situation and you're like, I feel like there's no good move to be making here because like anything is going to result in like something that I don't want. It can be like that. Or if you like are actually having an issue with someone, you can be like, I really don't know like how to put my best foot forward yet in this circumstance. Like I don't want to like cause maybe unnecessary harm, but then I don't want to be falling back on an energy where like I'm going to suffer unnecessarily because of this. So I see like something like this that is unfolding. But overall, what I feel for this energy is that there's something about not doing things too rapidly before you feel more clear on how to move forward. Something specifically about like not unnecessarily agitating this situation. Which it doesn't feel like it's not gonna resolve it, but it feels like it's not going to unnecessarily agitate. We're starting off with King of Cups, but King of Cups is flipping out reversed. And when we have that, we can feel all over the place. We can feel ungrounded. We can feel unsteady. We can be feeling like highly emotional or even disconnected from our feelings, but we are not feeling centered. And so it's not a good time to be doing something. You know, like maybe something really got to you and you could be reactive in this instance, but I'd say with King of Cups reversed, it can be a time where if you were to make a move, you'll look back at it and be like, I was really like not chill when I did that, or I was not thinking clearly when I did that, and now I can't take that back. And I think instead of getting to that point, you could just now in this moment be like, I need to pause, or I need to take a walk, or I need to whatever, and not get into this more right now. Whatever this is, I'd like to say with King of Cups reverse, you don't feel like you're thinking clearly. So it's not a good time to be making a move. You have something going on in the environment, but I don't see you being in the place to be connecting with this right now. Because you have something else on your mind. Some of you have someone coming through trying to make up with you. I'm seeing an Ace of Cups and I'm also seeing a Ten of Swords. So this can mean a couple different things. Having Ace of Cups and having Ten of Swords can be like, hey, can this just be over now? Can we like forget that happened, or can we move forward? But because of having King of Cups, it's like if King of Cups were upright, you'd be in a place where you would be assessing things clearly and properly. But when King of Cups is reversed, it's a time when, because of the way that you're in your emotions, and there can be a lack of centeredness or like a lack of groundedness, it can be a time when you would do something that if you were in a different state, you wouldn't do that, or you would do something differently. This can be somebody coming through wanting to connect with you after something happened. This can also mean too that, I mean, if we're going in chronological order of the energy, having an Ace of Cups and then having Ten of Swords can be thinking that a door is opening and there being potential there, and then something happening where it comes kind of like crashing down a little bit. So that could also be something that happened as well. I'm seeing somebody wanting to talk to you. I think that this person is trying to connect with you the way that their energy is coming through, but I'm just seeing you be in like a different type of space. And maybe you're also being like possibly distant with this person. See how this is your energy? And if you look at where the eyes are, it's like looking over in this direction. Somebody's coming through. This person is coming through, trying to connect with you, saying like, hey, can we connect? But because your eyes are over here, this can be something where like energetically you're not receptive and you're not open to this person right now. Something happened with this person, something intense, but I don't think that you're in a good place right now. It just feels like you're not energetically in the place to be connecting with this. I see this person as wanting a new chapter with you. But I don't think that, it's like your mind is not right now to be doing this. They could have also had something happen on their end where they're like wanting a sense of connection now because it's a good time for them, but it feels like it's not a good time for you. I feel too like they wanna have some like serious or deep conversation with you, and having your energy come out in the way that it is, it feels like it's not the time for you to be doing this. We can clarify and see what's going on with you, like why that's the case for your energy. I'm seeing somebody else be in your energy that is not this person. This could be someone you're having some like weird inverted mirroring going on with. Yep, so I'm seeing somebody in your energy that you have your hands full with this person energetically right now, regardless of what's going on between the two of you. Like for some of you, you may not even have this person physically around, but they are in your energy. Now I'm seeing something going on with a different person that's also, I think, wanting to get more connected with you, but I'm seeing you be so involved energetically in this other situation that even though this person is coming through and wanting a new chapter with you, I see a door opening where there's an opportunity for you to connect with someone. But then I'm seeing an Eight of Cups, which can be like, I know that the opportunity is there, I know that the potential is there, but I think that there are better opportunities out there. But I do want to say this, it feels kind of like if you have stuff going on and it's not, you haven't processed it emotionally, our perception of things may not be totally accurate and may not be totally clear because we don't have that clarity. So there is potential to turn down something that would actually be like potentially the opportunity that you want. And that's why it just feels like it's not maybe a great time to be making a decision here, because there can be something that you want that's presenting itself to you. You may not see that, and then you could possibly like turn away from it and then turn back and be like, I didn't realize what I was saying no to. It can be one of these times. Because I'm seeing an Ace of Cups and I'm seeing the Fool, which means that there's like clean slate energy, and I think this would be a very new and different opportunity for you, and it can be more connected with what you want. But if you're going to take that on, you're going to have to walk away from some situation that you've been involved in. But it's something that you may still be very connected to it, but it feels like you haven't been in a good place, and that can be why you've been staying connected with this situation energetically on some level. Having King of Cups reversed and then having Eight of Cups can be something that it's like it's not good for you, and it's not really what you need for it to be, but we can be remaining in this situation anyway. It's kind of like a bad loop that we're in, like a bit of a nightmare loop, but for some reason we're like not seeing clearly enough. Because I guess something weird with this King of Cups energy, where there can be something going on like with your thinking where you can just not be seeing things clearly. It's like not really a sober perspective here of things, and because of that you can be kind of like messed up within the energy, not seeing things clearly. For some of you, there can also be something where like literally maybe you're like not sober within the energy, whether this be something like energetically or be something physically going on. There's something here where there's some issue with perception that can be keeping you somewhere that like you're meant to be getting out of this situation, but it can also be helping you avoid something that you don't want to deal with. Like it can be helping you avoid an ending or like the closing out of a chapter. So even though technically you can like turn the page here, you can be doing something that's like not allowing you to do that. This can even be some like codependent thing that you have going on too. But whatever it is, it's one of those times where when you get out of this cycle, I think you're going to look at yourself and see what you were doing and be like, that's not me. But it, like, I was being heavily influenced by something, but it didn't really feel like me, like regular me. But that's just the way that the energy is showing up currently, where you can like not be taking action in a way that you need to. You cannot be handling the situation in the way that you need to. You cannot be seeing things clearly in the way that you need to, because something is going on that I don't know what this is that has you like not seeing things clearly, but I'm seeing something going on where it's like, I think the normal way that you would handle this if you had the bird's eye view would be different than what's been going on. But I think that it's something on the emotional front that maybe you don't want to deal with. So you've just been doing things like this instead. And while all of this is happening, you have the opportunity to step into a different chapter, but you may not be doing that because you're like playing around in this chapter. But it can also be keeping you disconnected from what you could have. But if you were to do that, you're going to have to do something differently and try something new out that's different than this cycle that you've just been looping within. Because I think this cycle that you've been looping in, you've been like wanting it, and you're like, well, I don't want it any less. But I think it's also not really cultivating what you want. It's not cultivating those results that you want. It's not cultivating the connection that you want. So you can just be staying within it. It's one of those times where I think like maybe you don't want to admit to yourself the truth of this. And maybe you can also still see yourself potentially wanting this. But it can come time where it's like, how long are you going to wait though for this to be what you want it to be? Like, what if you're waiting the rest of your life? Are you going to look back and be like, I should have like switched it up? So I think this is about needing to think more like logically, because I think there's a lot of like, I'm thinking emotionally here, but there's a lack of logic or like a lack of cerebral energy, which can end up being helpful here in this circumstance. Because I think I feel like there are opportunities for you to connect with what you want, but it means that you may have to walk away from something else that you think you want, but it's like not really materializing in the way that you want. So you may have to like walk away essentially from a wish fulfillment in order to give yourself a better chance, a better opportunity to find what you want. Because it's not like you want one thing and then you never want anything else at all. But I think this is one of those situations where, yes, you would be walking away from what you want, but it's like the potential of what you want that's not really manifesting. And do you want to stay in that loop? Or do you want to maybe try something different and like open your mind to something different? Or is this something where you're like, no, I want this to work out and I don't want to try something different? But because of King of Cups coming out reverse, I'd say that there's like something that's not being seen clearly. Like you can be really hung up on this to the point where your mind is like shut down. And you are not seeing the bigger picture here of what's going on, because this can be something where you're like locked down totally and completely. Like King of Cups is fixed water energy. This is like, I don't even care what's going on. Like I made up my mind that I'm committed to this. So then it doesn't even matter what's happening in this situation. I'm just going to stay here doing this, connected with this, no matter what. Like you can't tell me anything. It can be one of those times. So it can be something where you set your mind to this and you will not consider anything else. But because of the energy that I'm seeing coming through, I think that you have other options that you may want to consider here. But you're going to have to be open-minded if that's the case. And you may be looking at yourself and being like, I don't feel open-minded about this. But at the same time, I'm also seeing an Eight of Cups. So like you may have said, I made up my mind. You can't tell me anything. I'm committed to this. But then you're not even getting what you need. Because something's not materializing. But there can be like an unwillingness to recognize that and to see that. So it's kind of like, are you going to be open to a new energy that can be like more so aligned with what you want? Or this is like the main part of the reading. Or are you going to stay in this cycle that you've been in, even though it's not materializing really? Because it feels like this beginning stage of something that's like not going any further within the energy. And like, is that worth just staying there for? And this reading isn't meant to like do anything. Like there's no like trying to like change your mind or do anything like that. It's more so just so you can like see yourself clearly within the energy and ask yourself if that's really how you want to be playing things here. It's not like whether you should do this or do that or whatever. It's not really about that within the reading. It's like, are you seeing yourself clearly? And is this one of those times where you're going to like wipe your eyes and look in the mirror and be like, oh, I didn't realize that's what I was doing there, you know? Because I think with this type of energy, it's feeling very fixed to me. So you may like not be considering like really what's going on or how things are unfolding because you've just like made your mind up, but now it's just like kind of checked out a little bit, can be. And you can be saying like, that's just me being committed, but it may be like a little bit of something else here. You may just be like avoiding something that you don't want to deal with a little bit. But I see something that, I don't know, like maybe you have something going on where like your idea or there can be something about your belief system here, what you believe this situation to be, that can maybe be like validating this a bit for you. Can maybe have convinced yourself of something here too. That can be something as well. But you can also feel like there's been like a great stagnation emotionally too. Some of you even have a hope of reconnecting with someone, connecting with someone, reconnecting with someone. But I don't know if that's like, for some of you, I don't know if this is gonna like fully materialize even. I'm not saying it won't, but I'm also like not saying necessarily that it will. So that can also be something too, where it's like, do you want to stay in that liminal space? What if potentially you stay in that liminal space always? Like, is that what you want to choose? So that can be something too. Yeah. All right. We are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting and tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.